Chag Sameach. Happy day 2 of Rosh Hashana to you, everyone. So, as we spoke about yesterday, we were reading the story of when Abraham casts out Hagar and Ishmael, his handmaiden, and his other son. And then on the second day, we read about Abraham's other son, who is Yitzchak. So, this is Akedat Yitzchak, the binding of Isaac, when God says, take the son whom you love, and specifies that it's Yitzchak and not Ishmael. Take the son who you love and sacrifice him. Crazy. It's a crazy story. Again, it makes us uncomfortable in this modern day and age. So I've spoken about this before, but when we talk about this story of Akedat Yitzchak, the binding of Isaac, some people say that it's about Abraham's blind faith. I'm never compelled by that. It's not very Jewish to me, this blind faith. We have too many questions. We're not so malleable that way. What I take from this is faith, but not blind faith. It's the opposite. It's faith with reflection. So I'm going to share my screen. One of the most beautiful things, or before Abraham has his child, has Yitzchak, is this. So Abraham says, since you have granted me no offspring, my steward will be my heir, his Eliezer. And then God said to him, that one shall not be your heir. None but your very own issue shall be your own heir. Then your own seed will be your heir. And then in the vision, God took him outside and said, look toward heaven and count the stars. If you are able to count them, so shall your offspring be. And so Abraham put his trust in God. And then God said, I am the one who brought you out to assign this land to you. I think that's moving because what Hashem is saying is, yeah, I'm promising you this sort of this big thing, but I'm also the one who brought you out of your land. I'm the one who protected you. I'm the one who was a shield for you. So you should trust my what I'm saying to you, I can grant you. And this is what I think is the message of Akedat Yitzchak. It's not that Abraham had blind faith. It's that Abraham knew, based on the information that he was given many, many years before, I think it's like 15 years earlier, that, no, even longer, probably 25 years earlier, that God was telling Abraham, you will have a child. He will be the head of your progeny, and your descendants will be even greater than the stars. The first thing is, Abraham is told, count the stars if you are able to count them. Okay. If you've ever been in a place with no light pollution where you can see like jillions and jillions of stars, can you count the stars? I mean you could, but you can't. It's like the number is huge. And so what does this tell us? It's an impossible task, but Abraham still did it. This impossible task, he still went for it. And that is what, again, our message is as Jews. There's no such thing as an impossible task. There's nothing that is beyond us. There's nothing that's beyond God. Israel is the example of this. Every single thing in this war since October 7th is beyond belief. It's things that we would have thought were impossible. First of all, on the negative end, the events of October 7th seemed impossible. Impossible that all of the safety nets and everything that Israel had up against to block terror did not that these things failed. That seemed impossible. The events, how they transpired in the rest of the world, the way that the world reacted, that seems like it was impossible. And then on the positive side, every single thing that Israel's been able to do with the civilian to combatant ratio when the Israeli army went into Gaza, that the fact that it's only, some people say it's 1 to 1, that one combatant to one civilian death. Some say it's 10 to 1, which is 10 combatants to one civilian death. Either way, what the Israeli army has done is unbelievable. It's impossible. When we were told that we couldn't go into Rafah, that you can't gather up all the people in Rafah and move them so that Israel can go in. It will take 2 months. It's not possible. Israel waited months and months and months to do this. Finally, when it happened, did it in a week. Moved the people in a week. It was said to be impossible. It wasn't impossible. Back to what happened a few days ago. Iran sends over 400 missiles to Israel. You would think it's impossible. How is it possible that 400 missiles didn't land on a single Jew and kill a single Jew? It's impossible that every single missile was intercepted by the three different defense systems that Israel has. It's impossible, and yet it happened. And that is the story of the Jewish people. We are given impossible tasks. Our existence is impossible. Everything is, it's beyond reality. Why? Because we are the children of God. It goes both ways. this we have these the parts of us that exist, these negative horrible things that feel impossible, also tempered by these negative these positive impossible things. I think it's just so moving, and we have to remember that when these really unbelievably difficult times happen, there's no answer for it. There's no way to minimize the pain that the Jewish people have experienced in this past year. There's no way to minimize it or to excuse it. But we have to be reminded that with these impossibly difficult, horrible, negative things that have happened, we also have these impossibly beautiful and positive things that the Jewish people have been able to experience and make happen. So that's the message that I take from this. And also that Abraham did not have to kill his child. God would never ask. God would never make that happen, force someone to take their child's life. It wouldn't happen. But this example is that the faith in what the positive things, the amazing things, the God that promised Abraham that his progeny would be more numerous than the stars in the sky is the same God that also would not make Abraham kill his own child. And that's what's so powerful to me. So that's this week's this day's Dvar Torah. Please, if this is have discussions about whatever you'd like to discuss about. But I think that's the message that we can take from this. So, Shana Tova, Chag Sameach.